2 here on Nacpan. Well, our 3rd day on Nacpan really, because we visited 2 days ago. And it's a nice sunny day. It actually was raining this morning. We had a good night's sleep, I guess, but every hour there was like a dog fight going on our porch because there was all these dogs sleeping outside of our house. Like one of them was a little puppy and we kept giving it food and snuggling it and then giving it water. And so the mom came, slept, and then I guess its friends came, and the next thing you know, like every hour we've got like dog fights going on outside of our balcony. And like it was so loud, and just when you're about ready to fall asleep, we climbed up the hill and this is the view. Nacpan is so beautiful. Today's a bit overcast, but it's actually not too bad. We get sun every single day, so having a bit of clouds doesn't really bother you too much. And then I'm gonna do one of my own videos, a bit of an untraditional video for me, but basically so many people have been asking me how I afford to travel the way I've been traveling, and so I want to do kind of like a bit of an informative video on how to budget and how to plan your travels and all that. So that is what we plan to work on today. Update, the clouds are gone, the sun is here, I'm gonna die. Luckily we have no electricity, so we have no refuge anywhere. We're just gonna suffer. 3-4 days ago we had a boat tour and we actually met 2 Nigerians, and what was really interesting was they were telling us about Nigerian culture and African culture. They talked about how like witch doctors and black magic is very common in Nigeria. And both these people were clearly very well educated. They were probably quite well off. Yeah, they were actually talking about how even though they're Christians, they've each had their own like witchcraft experiences where they've actually like seen black magic doctors and had different spells put on them. One of the ladies told us about how she had her 3rd eye opened, and essentially it's a spiritual eye. And once she had that done, she said she could see people for who they really are. So in Africa, she said she would walk around and she would see people as lizards. She would see people for their spiritual bodies and not necessarily their physical ones. So even cats on the street, she said, were often people and not actually cats, because there was people could take on the body of a cat. She said she saw someone literally turn into a snake or something, and I was like right in front of your eyes. She's like, yeah, and she didn't seem like she was. Oh yeah, they were both very, very relatable people. I mean, so we just all backed away slowly. But she was telling us how she saw someone, yeah, like she saw a snake go into a thing of rocks, really scary. And the next thing she knew, she could hear someone yelling for help, because I guess she says the snake was actually a person, and when it changed forms back into a person shape, it got stuck between the rocks, and all the local African people said to leave the lady who was stuck there because they knew she was into black magic. When she left Africa, she stopped seeing things, spiritual things, because I guess black magic isn't practiced many places in the world. And but as soon as she goes back to Africa, yeah, it goes back to seeing all these different spiritual bodies. And yeah, I mean, as someone who has no experience or really exposure to black magic, I don't really know what to think, but I guess I can believe there's some aspects of it that are real. That's why I choose to stay far from it. Yeah. The island Sikihor, which we went to probably about a week and a half ago, was known for black magic as well. Actually, it was a spiritual island, but luckily we didn't see anything of that form. It was, you had to go looking for it to find it. So we're heading back to the terminal so we can go get our flight in the morning. So we've got to take a 5-hour bus ride to get back to Puerto Princesa, and our flight leaves at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. So really this is our last day in the Philippines. From here on it's pretty much just traveling and heading to Cambodia, which I'm actually really excited to go to Cambodia. The Philippines has been amazing. I've loved every bit of it, but I'm ready for a bit of change, and Cambodia will be perfect, so I'm really excited. We just arrived after about 4 hours of driving in a minivan, 4.5. So it's been a bit of a long day, a lot of driving, and yeah, Laura's been sleeping a lot. I didn't really sleep too much, but we're getting smoothie. We're off to get some things to eat. So we just got dropped off by the tricycle, and we're here at a nice restaurant. We've got a bit of excess money before we go back, so we might as well spend it all. My lasagna has arrived, and Laura ordered the fettuccine pesto. That was so good. Laura and I were just talking about how well we budgeted this trip, and then we just realized we have another flight from Manila. So basically we were stuck at the airport in the Philippines for another 6 hours, 7 hours tomorrow. And we've got like the equivalent of, I don't know, $10 left. So we've got to find a way to spread $10 at the airport for 2 meals. So that'll be interesting. Tune in tomorrow to see us starve.